Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Security Plus training as presented by the 336th Training Squadron at Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi. Today I am going to talk about version control and change management. Version control is the management and storage of multiple versions of a file. These versions are usually stored in a repository, which is a designated central location for these files. Version control is primarily used for collaborative projects such as coding projects, because it makes it easier for everyone in the group to keep track of changes and understand what is going on in someone's code. Whenever any changes are made to a file, they can see who changed it, what changes were made, and when it was changed. In some cases, you can even see why the changes were made, if the author who made the change decided to document it, which is a common practice in software development companies. Unfortunately, version control does not prevent any malicious changes, file creations, or deletions. However, any modifications made, including file creation and deletion, can be easily detected by version control. The change detection that is inherent in version control allows us to confirm the file's integrity, that is, that no unauthorized changes were ever made. If any damages were incurred from changing a file, say for example a program starts crashing or an important file was deleted, you can always backtrack to the file's previous versions. So, it works similarly to a restore point where you can restore the damaged file. Change management is a larger component that also encompasses version control. Change management entails making sure that any changes within a system, hardware or software, do not reduce security. Software updates are normally a good thing because they can provide performance boosts or patches to bugs or vulnerabilities found in the previous version. However, updates can also cause problems like compatibility issues or dependency issues, so you should always make careful considerations and back up the system before updating software. When making considerations, make sure that your decisions are based on the needs of the organization. Code review is also an essential part of change management process because it allows you to find any bugs or vulnerabilities in the software that you are using or developing. Obfuscation in the technological world is a programming technique that makes the code as confusing and ambiguous as possible. Programmers will normally deploy this technique as a way to protect copyrighted products by making it difficult to reverse engineer the program, which also makes it harder for attackers to understand the functionality and exploit vulnerabilities. While obfuscation can be used to protect a program, it can also be used to hide malicious code in plain sight. Therefore, it is always important to carry out code review whenever possible. With hardware updates, you need to verify that there is enough space for the new component. For example, if you have equipment that doesn't fit through the door, then not only was that a waste of the organization's time and resources, but this could also cause the equipment to be relocated to a more physically accessible but unsecure location. Another thing to consider with hardware updates is if it is compatible with the current system. For instance, if you need to replace a hard drive because you need larger disk space, you will want to check if it is compatible with the motherboard of your computer. Once the new hardware is installed, don't forget to wipe any data, if there is any, from the old hardware and dispose of it properly. Before making any changes to the system, you need to ask yourself, is the change necessary? If it is meant to fix a vulnerability, then yes, change should be implemented. If, however, it is meant to boost the performance of the system, then you will have to consider it on a case-by-case basis. The second question is, how difficult is it to implement the change? If it is more hassle than it's worth, you may be better off sticking with the current system rather than introduce new security risks due to the resulting complacency that the hassle brings. Finally, what are the new risks and how do I manage it? With every change, there may be unforeseen consequences and risks, so always be vigilant of side effects and ensure that policies are in place to manage possible risks. This concludes today's video on version control and change management. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.